I don't even know how to start this whole talk that we're about to have. I'm gonna sound super monotone because I just woke up and this has been something that's been bothering me. Not necessarily bothering me, something that has been on my mind for months now, and a really big decision in my career that I'm going to be making really, really soon. And I just wanted to share with you guys. I think I'm going to actually post this one on YouTube as well because I suck at being vulnerable in front of a camera, and I don't really want to do this again on camera because this is very authentic to me and my thoughts and where I am in my life right now. So this will be the most perfect reflection of that, where like if you listen to my podcast, it's definitely a different vibe, a different perspective of me. But with that being said, happy new year to everybody. We're gonna get started into talking about this really big decision that I've been thinking about a lot, which is leaving Instagram and leaving all social media, including Facebook. Anything that might give me influence or share some sort of news or just keep me in tune with what people are doing. I'm going to be getting rid of all social media, as you all know. There's various reasons why I'm doing this. The biggest one for me is finding myself as an artist, as a photographer, because that's what I aspire to be. I want a lot of clarification in this journey, sort of seeking solitude. What's just funny, I was thinking about this when I was taking a shower, that the more I get into film photography, the more I feel like I'm going backwards into time to sort of, it's just so weird. I'm like literally spinning the hands of time to be in a certain way because I'm somebody that really, like really dives into something and gets really serious about that one thing that they know. So throughout my whole film photography journey, I listened to a lot of old music. We're talking Beatles, a lot of old school hip hop, just so that I could be a part of the time. This is what I did partially for most of the year. A lot of you guys don't even know this because it's something I never really share online and all that type of stuff. But sorry, that was like an alarm in my house. But anyways, yeah, so like I really never share these things online because they're sacred to me, and I suck again at sharing all this stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna be quitting Instagram. I wanna sort of find the respect I have for photography. I wanna find myself as a photographer because I feel like Instagram has so much influences for me, at least. And I just want to clarify this for everybody that is listening, that you do not need to do what I do or what I wanted to do in order to find yourself. This is not the only way, but this is the best way I can personally find myself because Instagram is a lot of influence I found over the years from seeing, from the way it makes you feel, even when you see really good photos. You feel like shit. For some people, for me, I don't personally, but for some people, they might feel like shit. Like, oh man, like I wish my work was there. I feel like that's such a toxic thing to sort of say. Like, I say the same thing actually. Now that I say about this one artist that I really admire named About Light, absolutely beautiful content. That's where I kind of aspire my work to be, but I feel like I'll never be as great as him if I'm watching his work instead of applying or trying to find my own way of doing things or my own identity as a photographer. And I feel like that's really, really lacking. I feel like I just take really awesome photos, but I lack an understanding of the art as well as an understanding of myself as an artist. I'm somebody that really takes pride in self-awareness and something that I really put a lot of emphasis in my growth as a person. Being self-aware is something that I really, really take seriously. So I read a lot of books. I study a lot of things about self-awareness and knowing yourself, finding yourself, enlightenment, understanding your way of thinking and how to treat people around you, ways of thinking, ways of saying things, and a lot of things that a lot of people might not even know. But I want to achieve that self awareness in my art, and I feel like having influences all around me is not really good, and Instagram is one of those ones. And the other thing is, I wanna sort of understand photography a lot more and have that respect by taking away everything I feel like is so easily accessible and allowing myself to sort of think in a different way, in a different light, which is um, the light of not having models, but having to think, how do I get models, and sort of discovering that. Like, I have the answers, I have all that, but why is it that I haven't applied them? That's what scares me the most, because I found that because Instagram is so accessible, I'm like, yeah, I could just message this model and then I'll get to shoot, but I never get to doing it. I never get to applying it. And I feel like that's the toxicness of social media slash Instagram and a lot of things. It sort of enables us to be lazy and to not discover more. I feel like this is just my opinion. Again, guys, like, this is not true. Like, if you talk to a lot of guys like Joe Greer, they really, really love Instagram and the platform. A lot of older photographers actually love Instagram. A lot of people love Instagram, but for me, it's not necessarily the path I want to take. I want to really start thinking different, making different moves, just sort of not have accessibility to everything that I aspire to have in the future. So, yeah, this ties into finding models. How do I promote my work if I'm not on Instagram? I want to think that different. I want to think like how old photographers used to think and sort of be in tune with that time. Maybe that will give me the respect for the photography. And I want to know if this journey is truly what I care about, rightfully and truthfully, because as I could sit here and make all these videos, am I really a photographer? Do I really feel like I'm a photographer? Do I aspire to be a photographer? Am I doing this because this just was cool? Am I doing this because I genuinely love it? Right now I love it, but I feel like I'm going to be really put to a test if I don't have to do it, or not necessarily have to do it, because I don't feel like I have to do my photography. When I don't have to share it, that's the word. When I don't have to share it, even me saying have to do it, I feel like it derives from even being on social media, like sharing your work and shit. So like, oh, I have to do this photo so I could post it. And I don't really take breaks because I have to continue sharing my work, or I never take time to even like create work that's just not even for the gram and just for myself or for a certain purpose. Sorry, guys, if you guys can hear somebody speaking in the back. That's my brother. He just got up. But as you guys know, these podcasts are really organic. So there you go. But yeah, I just want to find myself, which is very important to me as a photographer. I want to know if I want to be one with myself, one with the art. Yeah, and the other thing is, like, I feel like Instagram is not really a perfect perspective of my photography. I feel like my website does a better job at showcasing my photography, or what I want people to see as my work, because the photos are large and I got to showcase every single shoot. I feel like Instagram is sort of, there's just a lot of restrictions, there are a lot of things stopping you from expressing yourself completely. A lot of you might be like, oh, why don't you just stop doing this or stop doing that? Why don't you just take a break? Why don't you do this? I just work very differently. I see something that is very toxic in my life, I just want to take it out. This is not me saying that this is going to be my path forever or where I want to do forever, but I don't like the feeling of just wanting to post or creating work for a certain purpose or whatever the matter is. I just want to find myself as an artist primarily. That's the most important things. All these things are just nitpicking me, finding more reasons for me to not be on the platform. But yeah, people are going to find my work on my website now, or find my work in the streets, or because I do have a lot of plans. I plan on doing, making a lot of prints and a lot of cool things. So when I say social media, guys, I mean, this is excluding YouTube. YouTube is a social media. I recently found, thank you, Marcus, because I was like, I'm still gonna make videos. Like, it just doesn't feel like social media as much, but I'm gonna definitely not consume that as well. Sort of maybe only when I'm posting, I log on to mine and just post a video or whatever content I might want to share, and after that, sort of log into another one where there's no channels, or channels that have everything to do other than channels that have things to not do with photography. I just don't want any outside sources of influence at all. So, yeah, this is very strange. It's a very strange journey. I'm scared. I'm going to share with you guys some of the feelings I feel right now. I feel like this is crazy. I feel like I am crazy. I feel like I don't need to do this, but my soul, my gut tells me I need to do this. So I always follow that. I feel like there's going to be a lot of failures. I'm pretty excited for those to sort of laugh and reflect and see where I'm going to be. This is not going to be perfect in any way. I'm definitely going to fail probably a couple times, but I'm excited to sort of embrace it and see it for what it is. I hope I don't. It's definitely not something I wish I do. I definitely hope I don't. Yeah, I feel crazy. I feel like I'm going to fail. I feel like, why go back in time when you could be here and use all the resources that you have in order to be where you want to be? But for me, I want to be a photographer first before I'm a YouTuber or I'm anything. This is what I care about, and I feel like I'm not that. I feel like I'm not a photographer yet because I don't have an understanding of the art or respect for the art, or I just don't know a lot of things that I should know or need to know or need to feel, for that matter, because I look back to photographers back in the day. How did they do it? They made it work. They didn't need to pick up a camera, but they did. And I want to be in that state of mind where I don't need to, but choose to pick up the camera because I choose to. And I feel like right there is where I'll find myself. I feel like that's where I'll find myself or find my purpose, because I take really amazing photos, but I'm just worried, why do they just feel like photos? I want to discover that love for them. Yeah, so there's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons I love to cover right now and share, but I don't want to share too much. I don't want to be too deep or too much about a lot of things. So in terms of podcasts, I think this is going to be one of my main ways of communicating with you guys, because, like I said, YouTube is just a way for me to share certain things. It's not my priority. For a little while, it became a priority and a purpose for me creating, but I found that I will never be the artist I want to be if I think that way. I need to hone in into my art and be the photographer I want to be first, and then share. I really admire Joe Greer. I really admire Andre Wagner. All those artists that don't even care about YouTube, that are truly photographers first. A lot of those guys were creating work before even being on YouTube, not even counting Andre Wagner, who's doing like such big things, such incredible big things. There's a lot of train of thought in my process as well, reflecting on even the big projects. A lot of companies don't even use like major famous artists, like famous makeup artist or famous this or famous designer, in order to get projects done. They actually use people that they know, which even shows me that Instagram doesn't even care. It doesn't even matter, but real connections really do matter. And that's what I'm going to seek a lot of this process, making real life connections, meeting real people, and just doing that a lot more than just having somebody on Instagram be like, oh yeah, I know this person, but like you really don't. You really haven't really made that connection with them. And that's what I want to seek, and that's what I want to achieve. Because that's what really truly matters, believe it or not. Like, a lot of my biggest gigs are from people that I've connected with in real life. There's not been a lot of reward online. Not that it matters really, but if that matters to you, I haven't gotten my biggest gigs or biggest opportunities online. I've actually got them in real life, meeting people and people that I've met and connected with that referred me to somebody else. So that's definitely the path I want to do. There's a lot of things that I plan on doing that I will be sharing. Hopefully I'll be documenting, and I will be. I'm not quitting YouTube at all, because it is part of my journey and something I need to do for me to be free. So, yeah. With that being said, guys, I'm very excited for this journey. I'm very scared. I'm super scared. I'm nervous as shit. I don't even know. Like, I think I'm going to do it today. I think today will be my last day. Today, right now, is 2021-01-04. Time is just time, but I'm going to do that just for documentary purposes, and because this is the time that we live in where we need to know a point in time where we did something. So, yeah, today is 2021-01-04. Yeah. I have a big journey to make. It sort of feels like starting over again and going backwards and not doing shit, but this is very necessary in order for me to be who I want to be and what I want to be, which is a great photographer. But in order to be that, you need to find yourself first and find your purpose and find who I am. So this is how I choose to do it. But with that being said, if you are still follow me on Instagram, still do all those things. You don't need to, but still follow me, because like I said, this is not an end all. I'm not going to disappear and never come back. I feel like I might come back when I do discover myself and I do find myself. So do follow me on Instagram at Shop by Shingie if you wait for me. If you care about my work, if you care about what I'm doing, do follow. And just join me on this journey. One of the biggest challenges I'm going to face is also We Photo Gods, but We Photo Gods is an entity on its own where I don't really get to consume because I only follow myself. I only get to consume other people's work, but not on the scale that I will just scroll aimlessly. So, and it has a purpose, so that's going to continue as well. I'm going to do that, not as much because I already don't do it as much, so it's going to be easy for me not to be on the app or anything of that sort. And guys, this does not derive from me being on the app a lot. I've already been on this journey, for anybody that's been wondering. I just did not wake up and decided to do this. I've been on this journey for a while, actually, where I didn't want to be on the app. I just been sharing and not consuming. That's how I've always been. I think this is just the next step for me. Don't really scroll a lot and check a lot of things, or even my DMs. I have so many right now because of that. I'm rarely on the app. So this is not coming from me just, New Year's resolution. I don't even believe in that. I believe just continue doing what you're doing if you're on the right path. So it's definitely not, doesn't come from that. It's been a lot of work, a lot of unfollowing certain accounts that don't matter, like 6buzz, and a lot of, it's just been a lot of work, just being at this point where I feel like I really don't care about the app, or it's been at least a year of practice of slowly taking myself away from the app, because I've come to this realization like a year and a half ago. But whenever you take something away without doing the work, it always comes back. So I've done the work. I feel I've done the work where I was just sharing for the last half of the year. I was just sharing and not consuming a lot. So this is just not going to be. This is not me just waking up and deciding this. If you wake up and decide, it's going to be very hard for you. I will say, sort of taking away something like Instagram just like that and totally being okay from it is going to be hard. If you plan on doing the same thing I'm doing, I suggest doing the work first. If you're somebody that's rarely even on the app, then it's going to be a lot easier for you to do it as well. So find your own purpose, find why you want to do it or what direction you want to do. So yeah, with that being said, yeah, that's pretty much that. Most of my work you'll find it on my website now, which is Shop by Shingie. And I'm excited, guys. There's so many things I have planned for this year and how I'm going to execute this journey. And a lot of these things I'm going to discover myself. So I'm excited to sort of share them. So yeah, there might not even be a lot of photo vlogs in a while. So yeah, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, contact me through my email now. So weird to even think about. I'm scared, guys. I'm scared, but I know I could do this. I could do it. I can do anything I put my mind to. So yeah, see you guys on the next potty. Might be later on today. It might be anything. I don't know, but it might be 2 days from now, tomorrow, whenever. Who knows? But just stay tuned. Subscribe to. I think I just made it on Apple Podcasts now. So subscribe to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. But yeah. Deuces. Bye. And Happy New Year again.